Hello and welcome back. Just working on this 2004 Electra Glide. We took it to Port Dover. We noticed that we have, this is one eye on the bike here today. We noticed we've got a lot of free travel here in the front brake. It's going right in, almost touching. So what we're thinking is that we might be a little low in our reservoir cap right here. So we have a Phillips, and these usually aren't too tight. For those that know, it'll tell you what kind of brake fluid you're using. That's what this literature is around the cap. It shows that this bike uses .5, and so we'll undo these screws here. We currently have the bike on a piece of wood on the on the kickstand because we want to have the bike almost as straight up and down as we can. So just take out the two screws is all we got to do. Now we will, cap should pop off. I may have to get a, oh, there it goes. So now I'll turn the cap. Oh, and the gasket or the seal is held on there pretty good. So we flip it over. As we can see, it is down a little bit. So we'll just set the cap aside for right now. Put the screws in my pocket. So we're using Harley-Davidson .5 silicone based brake fluid. So as I pull it in, we should be able to see it release a little bit. So you can just see the air bubble there. You might be able to see it on the camera, but you can see the air bubble. They're just shot up. So that means the fluid is making its way down to our calipers and then back. So we're going to top this up. Remember, brake fluid eats paint, so you want to do your best. So we've got it up there. I'm going to slowly pull it in just to see if we can get some more to go down. And just go slowly. The other thing would be, it might need to be a full rebuild of the caliper, or excuse me, of the master cylinder. I don't see air coming up, so I might need a full bleed of the front brakes as well. See a little bit there now. Put a rag down here just in case. Now we will put our cap back on. We want to make sure that we've got it pushed in this cap. The inside diaphragm rubber, it'll actually pop itself out like a little diaphragm. So we just want to make sure it's all pushed in and sealed. Some of the older bikes may have a cork gasket. With the cork gasket, you want to make sure that it's not damaged and it sits in the right place. What I like to do is just start a screw in the one side, making sure that it's lined up, and just start it, and then I'll start the other screw. And again, these don't have to be that tight, it's just an aluminum housing. So I'm just going to run them down. You can see it's setting in place. Just make sure that we've got any leaks that were coming around. One eye is going to take this for a road test, so we'll let him experience the thrill of the ride today on this 8-degree southwestern Ontario day. Ride until the snow comes, they say. So not going overly tight, I'm just using 2 fingers and my thumb. And we'll put it like that. We'll let one eye go for a ride and If we need to, we may have to bleed them after, but I feel like it's getting a little tighter. But we'll let it do its thing. Could have just been low, but like I say, it could be a bubble inside the line that we'll have to bleed, but we'll let him go for a ride, and if we got to bleed them, we will bleed them. Thanks a lot for tuning in on this little tech tip on this 2004 today.